Hey, I'm returning your stuff. Your motor oil, your paint, and all your other trash. You dumped it on the ground and it washed down the storm drain and into my water. Don't let it happen again. Or next time, I won't be so nice.
Stop polluting Kentucky's water by keeping trash off the ground. To find out how you can help, visit our website.
Play Cash Pop. Pick your numbers 1 to 15, match the one number drawn, and you win. Get popping every 4 minutes with Kentucky Lottery's Cash Pop.
During Toyota's national sales event, we're working hard to deliver new Toyotas so you can enjoy the last of summer. From hitting the rapids with a RAV4 hybrid, to kicking up sand in a Tundra, or camping out in a Highlander. Hey guys!
The new Tundra is designed, engineered, and built in the USA. And it comes in a hybrid that delivers 437 horsepower and up to 700 miles on a tank of gas.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
You've been injured in a car wreck. It's important to contact an attorney right away. There is crucial evidence at the scene that needs to be gathered. Witness statements need to be collected. When we get the case, we immediately begin a thorough investigation process. Getting an early start helps us get you the results you deserve and need. If you've been injured, call me, Billy Johnson. Make it our fight.
As we're going through the nighttime hours, because you cannot see it until it's too late. Turn around, don't drown. Look at that water just pouring out of there. This is a house on the hill on Highland Avenue.
We're currently experiencing one of the worst, most devastating flooding events in Kentucky's history.
I'm literally shaking right now.
It's bad. I don't know how else to say it. It's bad. So this is a 1 in 1,000 year event for our area. It just goes to show how close the mountains are as a community and how we'll jump in and help each other.
Hi, everybody. Dave Baker here for my friends at Total Pharmacy Care. Now, in today's world, people like to multitask or be all things to all people. Not the folks at Total Pharmacy Care. 100% of their time is dedicated to filling your prescriptions and making sure all your questions are answered. After all, it's your health, and you're worth it. Tell your doctor to send your prescriptions to Total Pharmacy Care. 5 convenient locations: Pikeville, Prestonsburg, Martin, Belfry, and Phelps. Total Pharmacy Care. It's not just a name, it's a promise.
Hello, Bob Hutchison here for Hutch Chevy. Getting the pre-owned vehicle you want is our goal. We have replenished our lot with quality SUVs, trucks, and cars at affordable prices. But just in case we don't have what you want on the lot, rest assured we can find it. Not only will we get you the vehicle you want, we'll make sure it's at the price you want. It's our promise to you. Come shop us in Paintsville or online at hutchchevy.com.
Coming up on Mountain News this morning, people from across the state and region came to say a final goodbye to a well-known Perry County businessman. And one Eastern Kentucky man is facing serious charges accused of killing his own daughter.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
6:31, it's Wednesday. I'm Dakota Makris. Good morning to you. And it is the last day of August today. Can't believe that. Let's take it over to Brandon for a look at our forecast. Brandon, good morning to you.
Good morning.
You are busy doing something.
Yeah, I forgot that, where I produce, I don't do it often, that I have to put together our cut-ins that run after the newscast.
I could have done that.
Yeah, well, I got it. Yeah. We're just trying to get things put together over here, but thankfully it's quiet in the weather world, so we have plenty of time to do that right now. All right, let's take a look at what's going on across our region. There's some fog out there, so be aware of that as you head out the door this morning. The only spots with full visibility, and basically any visibility at all, is UVA Wise, or at the Wise, Southwest Virginia, Lonesome Pine Airport over in Wise, and the London Corbett Airport, even though it's right in the middle of all the fog up that way. So over at Wise, Of course, it goes out as soon as we take it on air. Give it just a second. It'll be back. I promise. It glitches sometimes. Hey, again, there it is. Blue skies, sunshine, 61. Beautiful conditions over there. 60 in Clintwood, 58 in Irvin, 59 in Williamsburg, 64 in Pikeville, Prestonsburg, and Logan. That's kind of the range this morning. So it's a cool morning out there and a cool day overall for the last day of August. 80 degrees this afternoon. Dew points will be in the 50s and 60s. So get out there, do something today because it's going to be a great day for it. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, Tuesday was a day of remembrance in Hazard as family, friends, and prominent political figures gathered at Hazard First Baptist Church to remember the life and legacy of Hazard businessman L.D. Gorman. He died Saturday at the age of 97. We talked to some who say they will never forget the man called the Patriarch of the Mountains.
Born and raised here. He lived in coal camps when he was really young in Leatherwood and busy. He worked in banks. He owned Citizens Bank, was a co-founder of WSGS, and was a coal operator, and always kind of scheming and dreaming. Well, he cared, and he just loved folks here. That was his main thing. Every day he got up and tried to figure out how to create new jobs, new opportunities in Hazard and Perry County, and he never left.
I could spend the rest of the year talking about the great things he has done and what a personal friend he was, what a leader he was for this community and county, state, and nation.
Whenever there was a need in Eastern Kentucky, he would call me and say, Joe, we need to do this. Everybody's depending on us to help.
He was such a class act all the time. A caring, good man. And I can't tell you, I can't talk a whole lot about this because, he's really meaningful to me.
If he did something publicly, it was to draw others to that cause. Most of his stuff, no one knew what he did. And I think he wanted it that way.
This is a legacy that it doesn't go out of style. LD never goes out of style, as you know. And I think that's something that we're all will take with us, and we have to use it and keep it well.
Well, we'd like to thank WSGS Radio for providing us those pictures that we used in our story. The family asked us not to record any of the service, and we respected their wishes. Well, there were some major new developments yesterday in a Johnson County death investigation. A warrant was served at a medical facility in Lexington following a case where a young girl was shot and killed. The Johnson County Sheriff's Office served an arrest warrant on Stacy Collins, who was taken to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center in Paintsville. He is charged with the murder of his 12-year-old daughter, Stacia. Stacy Collins was found with what investigators believe was a self-inflicted gunshot wound near Van Leer, and hours later, his daughter's body was found nearly 2 miles away. Sheriff Doug Saylor says the investigation is still underway, but his deputies will stop at nothing to ensure justice is served.
Follow any and every lead that we have come before us during this, and we have full intentions of prosecuting who we find to be responsible for this to the fullest extent of the law.
Now, Deputy Tim Clark, the case's lead investigator, says more charges could be added in the weeks to come. He also says the death penalty is not out of the equation, and what happened to this young girl was, quote, inexcusable, unacceptable, and with absolutely no justification, end quote. One Eastern Kentucky man is facing some serious charges following an undercover child pornography investigation. Earlier this month, Kentucky State Police arrested 55-year-old Calvin Workman at his home in Lawrence County. Police took equipment they believe was used in sharing the images online to the Ashland Police Department for examination. Workman is charged with more than 20 felony accounts, which could lead to extensive jail time if convicted. He was taken to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center. A former Kentucky jail employee is admitting to assaulting an inmate. Jeffrey Havens worked at the Eastern Kentucky Correctional Complex in West Liberty. The Justice Department says he held an handcuffed inmate on the ground and punched him multiple times with another corrections officer. Havens pleaded guilty to depriving the inmate of his civil rights. His sentencing is set for March. Well, the search continues for a Kentucky lawmaker's missing vehicle. State Representative Sherilyn Stevenson says her white Chevy Tahoe was stolen Monday night. Stevenson was hosting a campaign fundraiser at 46 Solutions in Lexington. Around 7:30, she went outside and noticed something was missing, her car. a white Tahoe that had her H88 legislative license plate, the 88 representing her Fayette County district. It's her personal vehicle. She believes it was locked.
We have those folks out there with their own technology and knowledge of how the anti-theft systems work. They're cracking those codes on their keys.
Well, officials recommend protecting your vehicle by parking in a well-lit area, keeping your doors locked, and keeping your valuables out of sight. Well, they say etching your VIN number in each window can give added protection. Anyone with information can call Lexington Police. The Blaine Volunteer Fire Department will soon have a new station. 9 years after a fire took their old one, firefighters are preparing to build a new structure to provide better service to their community. The project, which received $750,000 in grant funding, is years in the making. Officials say it is going to be a game changer for the area after years of working with scattered equipment.
Depending on what kind of fire you go on to is what truck you take and so if you got it all together, you can take what you need. I mean, it's going to be tremendous.
Fire Chief Jeremy Wheeler expects to see the station complete by winter. A few months ago, a more than $2 billion investment started in south central Kentucky. On Tuesday, Governor Andy Beshear, local officials, and electric battery tech company Envision AESC broke ground for the new Gigafactory in the Kentucky Trans Park in Bowling Green. The Gigafactory is set to create 2,000 new jobs in the Commonwealth and at 3 million square feet. It's one of the largest economic development projects of all time in Kentucky. Governor Beshear says it will also create a cleaner environment for the future.
This makes sure that we are ahead, we're a leader. We don't have to worry about losing the automotive jobs as it changes. In fact, we're going to have even more. It's going to help our planet too. I think we would all like, an affordable vehicle to where we know we're doing a responsible thing. The air our kids are going to breathe is going to be cleaner. And just think, with the batteries made right here in Bowling Green, I know we're all going to want to be consumers.
The Bowling Green operation is expected to power up 300,000 vehicles per year by 2027. In other news, the largest city of Mississippi is facing a failing water system. The problem is due to issues at the main water treatment facility. Governor Tate Reeves says he will sign an emergency declaration for the city of Jackson and create an incident command center to distribute water.
Until it is fixed, it means we do not have reliable running water at scale. It means the city cannot produce enough water to fight fires, to reliably flush toilets, and to meet other critical needs.
The state will distribute water up to 180,000 people as crews work to get the water treatment plant up and running. And Governor Andy Beshear has directed for flags at all state office buildings to be lowered at half-staff today. The occasion is to observe Overdose Awareness Day in Kentucky. In addition to lowering the flag from sunrise until sunset, the governor's mansion will be lit in purple, the designated color to show support for overdose awareness. Overdose Awareness Day is a global event held on August 31st each year to raise awareness of drug overdoses, to reduce the stigma of drug-related deaths, and to acknowledge the grief felt by families and friends as they remember those who have died or have a permanent injury as a result of a drug overdose.
6:40 here on this Wednesday morning, middle of the week and middle of the road when it comes to fog out there. Low visibility across most of the region, especially down south. You see those darker shades of gray. That means that there's also some heavier bands of fog working their way through the Big Sandy, through the Lake Cumberland corridor. Just be careful out there. Near zero visibility in a lot of locations this morning. 60 in Clintwood, 58 in Irvin, 59 in Williamsburg, 64 in Prestonsburg. Our lone holdout there on the warm end of the scale. It is 12 degrees colder in London this morning, 11 degrees colder than 24 hours ago in Somerset, 7 degrees colder Hazard, and Pikeville, 8 degrees colder in Jackson. Right now, your Mojicast for today, it's going to be a very pleasant end to the month of August here, 80 degrees this afternoon. Sunny start to September, but the dew points will slowly start to go back up. I do think we're still in pretty good shape tomorrow, Friday. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit warm as you're heading out to some of those Friday night football games. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. It is almost 6:42 when we come back from our Mountain News this morning. People around the world are mourning the loss of the last leader of the now defunct Soviet Union. Stay with us.
Travel forecast sponsored by Big Sandy Heating and Cooling, the king of comfort.
as we're going through the nighttime hours because you cannot see it until it's too late. Turn around, don't drown. Look at that water just pouring out of there. This is a house on a hill on Highland Avenue.
We're currently experiencing one of the worst, most devastating flooding events in Kentucky's history.
I'm literally shaking right now.
It's bad. I don't know how else to say it. It's bad. So this is a 1 in 1,000 year event for our area. It just goes to show how close the mountains are as a community and how we'll jump in and help each other.
What's the FAFSA?
I have no idea what FAFSA stands for.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of people at school talk about it, but I haven't actually had like a conversation about it.
And when I'm preparing for college, my top priorities are how to pay for it.
They're really focused on getting you to the college level. They're not really focused on getting you through college, so they don't really talk about the financial aid or FAFSA.
The free application for federal student aid is the first step, and it just got easier. Visit knowhowtogoky.org to find out more.
When a friend tells you they settled their injury claim for $50,000, you might think that was good. But what if another law firm wouldn't have taken less than $500,000? If someone sold a brand new Mercedes for $10,000, you'd know they got ripped off. Many people injured in accidents get ripped off every day by the insurance company and their own lawyer. Visit forthepeople.com to see our verdicts against the last offer that was made. Huge differences. There are many firms, but only one. Morgan & Morgan. For the people.
Take your time, hon.
Play the Kentucky Lottery online, anywhere, anytime.
I won! Yes!
More games, more chances to win. Anytime is playtime.
Nice purse.
You know what this sunrise could use? Some savory with a hint of sweet. Made with warm eggs, sizzling Purnell sausage, melty cheese, oh, and let's not forget a sweet waffle biscuit. Boom! It's the new DQ sausage, egg, and cheese waffle biscuit sandwich. Now this is a sunrise, all right. No, you're not still dreaming. You get all that breakfast goodness in one sandwich, and that sandwich is waiting for you now, only at DQ. See? Now you're ready to shine. DQ, happy tastes good.
Access to addiction treatment has changed. Trust me, I would know. I spent 13 years battling addiction. At Addiction Recovery Care, treatment on demand is here. This means your name isn't on some wait list, and you aren't sitting by the phone waiting for a call back. Contact our team today to learn more. Because trust me, finding recovery is possible.
We want to thank those who have and continue to help in relief efforts. Together, we will build back better.
You're watching WYMT.
.645, welcome back. And you know what? We ought to just send you home because you really have nothing to talk about today.
Fog.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's literally about it. But I'll tell you, for the last day of what is typically one of the hottest months of the year, I will take this every day of the month.
I agree.
All right, let's get into the forecast this morning. Starting with that old pesky fog we've been talking about all morning. We're going to continue to see that there as we head out the door this morning. So be careful. Take it easy. Take it slow. Use those low beams out there this morning. No reason to get in a hurry. Fog over the Pikeville Medical Center there. And over downtown Pikeville in general, so we're looking at that. Not quite down into the valley just yet, but 63 out that way this morning. Moorhead along I-64. This camera may be frozen because it should have been lightening up just a little bit more by now at this point. And then Mount Vernon, there is the fog down that way, building in quickly to parts of southern Kentucky. So the Moorhead camera might be not working at the moment. We'll keep an eye on that for you. 56. Black Mountain and McKee. That's the two coolest spots in our region this morning. 59 in Boonville. 61, Louisa and Hindman. 65 still in Whitesboro. They're hanging on there. 58 in Paintsville right now. 60 in Clintwood. They have not moved. They've got to be fogged in. They have to be fogged in. Irvin, London, and Williamsburg all in the 50s this morning. So again, a lot of low 60s hanging on. A lot of folks haven't moved except maybe a degree down or two. But we're in the low 60s except for Prestonsburg hanging on to 64 there this morning. Bus stop forecast. Fog gives way to sunshine. It's going to be a beautiful day as temperatures go from the low 60s into the upper 70s as we head toward the bus stop in the afternoon hours. But in the next 12 hours, we're going to hit 80 for a forecast high there this afternoon. But the dew points are going to stay in the 50s and low 60s. It's going to be very pleasant to get outside and do anything that you want to do, including heading out to the playground. That's another thing that we hadn't talked about a whole lot doing there this morning. And be a great day for that as temperatures climb steadily throughout the day. Not overly warm, but steadily rising there as we head deeper into the afternoon. Average temperature this time of the year is 83. So again, 80 today. 85 tomorrow, a little bit above average, but still comfortable for the most part. 88 on Friday. Dew points are still fairly low, but they'll start to go back up, and then it'll be soupy again this weekend. But some rain chances could factor in. There you go. You see the muggy meter there starting to slide back up into the muggy category, almost close to sticky there by Saturday, and then diving a little bit more on Sunday as we see those rain chances increase. Now, again, scattered is the key word to remember, not an all-day washout either Saturday or Sunday, but something to keep an eye on as we head deeper into that forecast. 7-day forecast for the weekend's always in view. We are looking at temperatures taking a little bit of a hit with those rain chances, and we're watching a system that could form in the Gulf of Mexico, or at least down that way, that could cause some forecasting issues a little bit later on as we head through Labor Day weekend into the first part of Labor Day week. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Well, former Soviet President Mikhail Gorbachev, one of the most influential leaders of the 20th century, has died. Russia's Vladimir Putin expressed his deepest condolences, while the Reagan Foundation put out a statement mourning the loss. CBS's Charlie D'Agata has the latest.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
He didn't look like a revolutionary or set out to be one, but Mikhail Sergeyevich Gorbachev changed the course of history. Born into a farming family in 1931 in what was then the Soviet Union, Gorbachev went to Moscow to study law, joined the Communist Party, and met and married Raisa. Together, they set out to change the face of communism. Before Gorbachev, Soviet leaders never ventured into the streets, let alone press the flesh. But in 1985, the youngest ever Secretary General of the Communist Party swept the old ways aside. His twin policies of glasnost and perestroika opened the country up. When Gorbachev met President Reagan in Washington, D.C. in 1987 to sign the Nuclear Arms Reduction Treaty, it was clear that former enemies had found common ground.
Mr. General Secretary, though my pronunciation may give you difficulty, the maxim is doveryai no proveryai, trust but verify.
In 1990, Gorbachev won the Nobel Peace Prize. But his economic reforms weren't working. Soviet citizens were going hungry and getting angry. In August 1991, hardliners organized a coup. Gorbachev survived, but it was too much for him. He resigned and watched from the sidelines as the Soviet Union collapsed.
History will judge that Gorbachev may be one of the most dramatic examples there is of what has been called the great man theory of history, which is to say having the right person in the right job at the right time.
In every sense, Mikhail Gorbachev tore down that wall. Charlie D'Agata, CBS News, London.
Well, Gorbachev visited Kentucky back in 2007. He spoke at the Kentucky Center in Louisville. He was 91 years old. And the time is 6:50. Here's a look at what you'll see on CBS Mornings coming up at 7 o'clock.
As the American West is ravaged by drought and fires, an unlikely hero emerges.
It's kind of a win-win. You know, we're trying to use an animal that's incredibly good at restoring streams, putting them to work.
On CBS Mornings, coming up.
The Center for Rural Development is your one-stop shop for all your marketing needs. Our services include brand identity creation, graphic design, social media management, marketing strategy consulting, event marketing and management, and a full-service network operations center. For affordable, custom-designed marketing, call the Center's Marketing One-Stop Shop at 606-677-6000 or visit centertech.com.
Oh boy. What? We better get out of here. That clown is about to hit a water line.
He didn't contact 811 to mark the underground utilities.
Nope.
You saw that coming. Too bad he didn't.
Know what's below. 811 before you did.
Seniors are overpaying for life insurance, sometimes more than twice the monthly rate of what they could be paying. If you've bought a guaranteed acceptance plan, please pay close attention. A 60-year-old male pays almost $90 a month for less than $11,000 in coverage with a guaranteed acceptance plan. But Senior Life Insurance Company qualified him for $11,000 in whole life protection for less than $48 a month. That cut his monthly life insurance rate in half and saved him over $500 a year. A 75-year-old female could save over $50 a month for more coverage by switching to Senior Life. That's a savings of over $600 a year. Call Senior Life now to compare your current policy and see how we could save you hundreds of dollars a year on your life insurance. We might even be able to help you get money back on your current overpriced policy. Stop overpaying for your life insurance. Call Senior Life Insurance Company now for your free quote.
My name is Erin Crump, Chief Medical Officer at Pikeville Medical Center. The Heart and Vascular Institute, it's really an incredible program. Made incredible because of the providers, because of the technology, and because of the staff. We've truly become the leading provider of heart and vascular services in Eastern Kentucky. And in fact, what we do compares to anywhere in the nation.
Pikeville Medical Center, when it comes to your heart, place your care in our hands.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Are you getting all the benefits you need? If you have Medicare, you may now be able to get new benefits. Benefits may include eyeglasses, wellness visits, gym membership, meal delivery, and hearing aids with low copay. You may even find plans with zero monthly plan premiums, zero copays on many services, and zero deductible. To find out which benefits you qualify for and to find out if you're getting the benefits that you deserve, let Best Medcare do the work for you.
The WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
Welcome back to Mountain News this morning. The time is almost 6:54. Let's get you up to date before you head out the door this morning. We have an updated total raised from the Appalachia Rises Come Hell or High Water Flood Relief Telethon on Monday night. Officials with the Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky tell WYMT the tally between the on-air telecast and online donations is more than $152,000. $1 million has already been distributed to people and businesses that were affected by the floods. The CEO of the foundation says this money will continue helping people in our communities. And while many students across the region have returned to school, Letcher County Public Schools remain vacant. In order to help students return to school sooner, state and national education officials visited schools in Letcher and Knott counties on Tuesday to assess flood damage and begin working on a plan to rebuild these schools. Eastern Kentuckians and people across the country said their final goodbyes to prominent Hazard businessman L.D. Gorman on Tuesday. Gorman was born and raised in Hazard and was known for helping his fellow Eastern Kentuckians, but usually stayed behind the scenes. Gorman was a mentor to Hazard native and coal industry leader Joe Kraft, who says L.D. would always call him when there was a need in the mountains. And let's take a final look of our Wednesday weather with Brandon.
Forecast foggy this morning in Dakota, but otherwise we're looking pretty good out there. Not too much going on behind the fog. Cool temperatures as well, close to zero visibility. You can see that there at Mount Vernon as the sun tries to come up behind the fog. Same thing at the London Corbett Airport. It's off in the distance, and the reason I know it's not clouds is you can see the fog there, the line there off in the distance as the plane sits on the runway this morning. 59 down that way. WYMT studio camera out front here. We're looking at some fog across our part of the region there. 59 downtown Whitesburg also seeing some fog as well this morning. We're going to continue to see temperatures in the 60s for the most part. 59 in Hazard, 58 out toward London Corbin, 58 Irvin, 59 in Williamsburg, 60 in Clintwood, 64 Prestonsburg, one of the warmest spots in the region. Your dog walking forecast coming to us courtesy of Tracy. It's Peach hanging out there this morning and green paws across the board all day long today. We're going to continue to see those temperatures get into the upper 70s to right around 80 this afternoon, and we'll continue to track that all the way into the weekend. 7-day forecast for the weekend is always in view. Comfortable temperatures the next couple of days, back into those upper 80s by Friday as those dew points start to go back up. And then Labor Day weekend, it's hard to believe it's already Labor Day weekend. Scattered chances for showers as storms come back into play, and temperatures may cool off just a little bit. Air temperatures Dew points will still be pretty high, so we'll keep you posted on that.
You know, you and I, we have a big weekend ahead of us. We have a wedding to go to in Columbus. How fun is that?
Exactly.
And you didn't know that I was even going until
last night.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know what? I just always keep giving surprises.
I know.
All right, your local news and weather continue at 7:26. But don't forget, you can always find news and weather updates all day long on our website at WYMT.com.
Have a great Wednesday.
In light of the recent flooding here in eastern Kentucky, we understand that there are so many people that are struggling with survivor's guilt, emotional trauma, PTSD, loss, grief, anxiety, so many things. And please know that we're here for you. Call your local ARH behavioral health provider to schedule an appointment.
Get the John Deere equipment you need at pre-inflation prices, only at Meade Tractor. For only $14,995, get a 1023E compact tractor and loader. That's a $700 savings. Save $1,500 on a 3025E, now only $21,995. Save $2,500 on a 5045E, now only $18,995. All with 0% financing for 60 months. Stop by Meade Tractor or go online at meadetractor.com.